what you waiting for? If you're not complaining, you're obviously just maintaining. And today, oh, happy birthday, Swampers. Today we are complaining. We're going to try maintaining, but we're going to start off with complaining. Amazon delivery came in a few short moments ago. And you know how you have those, you've got those envelopes that you're like, man, that feels really light. The ship on this says 0.1 pounds. You know what was in it? Nothing. Empty. It finally happened. They finally sent me an empty envelope. Now, if any of you have had to deal with the returns and or replacements process with Amazon, do you know what happens when they send you nothing? Well, you can ask for a return or a replacement, but if you ask for a return, they're going to want the one back that they never sent you. And if you ask for a replacement, they're going to ask for the one, they want you to return the thing that you didn't get. We can't give you a new one until you give us the old one. Finding an actual, I would love some Korean fried chicken. Trying to find a person, an actual physical person that can authorize this sort of thing, honest to God, because the process is so harrowing, I might just, I'm like tempted to try to make my own part to send back so I can get the part that they were supposed to send me. Yeah, good luck, sir, indeed. You have to wade through the AI in the hopes of getting to a person. I was just handed chicken. Chicken, good. And this is how they really get you. The part that's supposed to be in that costs $10. How far do I go? You know, it's $10. It comes down to like, what is your time worth? Just order it again. Someone said about getting a stock axial motor instead of a fusion. I got the full chicken. I got the full triol thing, the packaging, the insert, everything. And inside of it was 4 OEM plastic bead locks. So somebody had just taken the triols, put them on the rig, and shipped back the plastic ones. I tell Amazon, item not as described. You know, this is obviously a resell, right? Somebody sent back their stuff and got their money back, and you got juked. So they're like, okay. So I send it back, and they send out a replacement for the trail wheels, which is a sealed package this time. And I go about my business. Fast forward about a month, and I get a thing saying, we received the wrong thing back for your replacement, right? And I go, yeah, because you sent me the wrong thing. And they said, within X amount of time, you have to return the correct item or we're going to charge you a second time because you didn't send it back. And I got through to the chat. I got to an actual person and I was like, I just got this thing about the return and I thought we had gone through all of this and you guys never sent me the correct wheels. You sent me an LPN label, which means it was resold. And he goes, yeah. Well, I've taken care of it on this end and what, so forth and so on. Disregard that email. And then about 14 days later, they billed me for it anyway. So the wheels on the wife's camel are the most expensive Trial wheels I've ever bought because I paid for them twice. And what's the recourse, really? Right? Like, I can't claim a return. I have nothing to send back to them. I sent back the wrong thing, apparently, because they sent me the wrong thing. I get to pay for other people's mistakes. I just got a, what was the one that I most recently had to return? Oh, knuckle weights. I ordered knuckle weights, and they sent rears. Like, it was just wrong. Like, it wasn't LPN'd or anything. It was just wrong. And we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. If they're like, well, actually, you sent us rears and you were supposed to send us fronts. I mean, what have we come to expect? Honestly, they have so many. How many SKUs must they have? Like a bajillion. My New Year's resolution is to use Amazon less. God, I wish. I think we ordered 47 times in the month of January. If I had recourse, I would take it. So, AliExpress charged me twice for some 20mm hacks. I got 3 sets and they charged me for 4. Yeah. I was complaining even when the delivery is late and get a $5 gift card. Yeah, that won't give us nothing. Amazon sent me a servo box with no servo in it. Yeah. LPN can also mean damaged. I have never seen an instance where the package was not resealed on an LPN label. Truly. Like, gone are the days. Because they will sell you anything as new. Yeah, AliExpress is a gamble from the jump. At least with Amazon, you have some recourse. They make it right most of the time. I mean, this is, in my memory, the first time I've ever gotten an empty bag from Amazon before. AliExpress has been way more consistent than Amazon. I can't argue. I can't agree with that because that's a sample size issue. If I was ordering, I want to say that last year we ordered right around 600 orders, not items, but orders from Amazon. And they mess up. Jeez. I wouldn't even say it's 2%. I wouldn't even say it's 2%. I have gotten, everybody at least knows a guy that ordered X product from AliExpress and got a bracelet or a wallet, in the bag. So, and with that, your recourse is nothing. Amazon did that to me back in January. Yeah. I mean, I'll source it out. It'll take 25 minutes of my time, and when I get done with it, and I get my $10 part shipped out to me, because there is a certain element of swinging around a heavy hammer, to be honest, because I've had an Amazon Prime account since they started Amazon Prime. So like however long that is. When did Amazon start? I can probably, if I went to my order page, I can probably trace back how far my orders go. Do we have the ability to search orders by oldest? What was my first Amazon order? Orders placed. Wow. Okay, longer than I thought. Why does Amazon... there's a pull down menu on Amazon, and you can pull down to years when I don't think Amazon existed. Like the pull down goes all the way to 1995. They're all cannot display status. I'm in 2001 right now. There's 2000, and here's how you know that Amazon was a thing that it is not now. Because going through my orders from 2000, it goes book, DVD, book, DVD, video game, book, book. Hey, remember when they were a bookstore? There's Catch 22. Ray Bradbury's The Illustrated Man. Theodore Sturgeon's More Than Human. Yeah, so I've been with Amazon for at least, was founded in 94? Yeah, at least 27, 28 years. And I guess it's worth something. A little bit. I guess it's worth a little bit of something because aside from that new one, them billing me for the thing that I sent back after they sent me the wrong thing to begin with, it's the one and only time that it has happened. And this is the first time that I've gotten an empty bag. It's not. And I'm honestly, how surprising was it? I don't know if Amazon can surprise us anymore. I was just like, yeah. Last Black Friday was when Amazon went to poo for me. I've ordered 2 or 3 things on a Black Friday on Amazon. They never have anything that I want. I got a blowgun, for a compressor. That's pretty great. I got that on the Black Friday deals. It was like $3 off. When I started on Amazon about 5 years ago, they still made more from books than other products somehow. Yeah, I think the margin on books is actually really good. Double charging is pretty much a sure definition of fraud. Yeah. Got my Gold Rush on Black Friday for $110. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, money saved is money saved, but it's not like they're selling it to you for $50. So, what we're gonna do is, I was cleaning under the bench. I'm constantly reorganizing because you know what I don't have? Enough space. I don't have remotely enough space. Oh, let me fire up camera 3, 2. Let me fire up one of the other cameras. Oh no. Maybe not. I think she's dead, Jim. If you went to your local Walmart and they did the same thing, would you ever shop at Walmart again? I make an effort not to go to Walmart, period. And I've gotten significantly worse customer service at the Walmart. I mean, I understand why they're checking receipts at the door, but at the same time, that's basically tacitly accusing of everyone that walks through the door of stealing. So, I mean, sure, there are indeed people that are stealing. I'm not one of those people. Yeah, and also, I'm in Southern California, so you don't go to Walmart to shop. You go to see if they have the thing that you want, and then to ask a person to unlock the cage that it's in. So, let's see. Is this 3? 2? 3? Okay, so that's broken. You love it. You gotta love it. I've just got USB waiting for connection again. Yeah, the newest OBS update, 32.0.4, is just broke. Just broke. Yes, but at Costco, they check the receipt. They're not checking you, they're checking themselves. That's basically because you can't get to that door with anything that you didn't pay for. That's the way they build the stores. It's still, I'm still not happy about it, but I do it. I did indeed receive I've gone so far as to, I have a whole bin called winching now. Just sign up for Walmart Plus and never go in again, free delivery. A few Walmarts out here have shampoo and body wash locked up. Our closest Walmart, everything that you could fit in your pocket is locked up. Like, the whole Lego aisle is just cages. The whole, personal care, so shampoos, lotions, perfume, deodorant, shaving cream, toothpaste. It's all in. Same with socks, underwear, everything else. It's California, man. It's California. It's absolutely horrendous. So I was cleaning out under the bench, and I wanted to show you where I was cleaning out under the bench. But this is why we can't have nice things, because things just decide they're not going to work. Maybe if I relaunch the OBS camera app. Pending. Waiting for connection. Unplug it. Plug it back in. Waiting for connection. Yeah, it's not going to work. So, the one in Murrieta isn't as bad. Yeah, they seem to vary from store to store. Ours used to be nice. It was nice when they built it. It's not nice anymore. So, clearing out under the bench, I found a bin, and it had a whole bunch of parts in it. Like chassis rails. We unbox this stuff like in Cali, every other person has sticky fingers. That's because they don't prosecute shoplifters. You can literally steal whatever you want. I've watched people walk out of the Walmart with a cart. Just push the cart full of stuff right out the door, not even stop. Impressive, honestly. What I had thought was the worst radio I've ever seen. Like, the ergonomics of this are nightmarish. But it does have, like, full steering trim, dual rate steering and throttle reverse. Like, it's got some features, but you load 4 AAAs into it, magazine style. So we're going to see today if we can't build an RTR. And then we'll just give it to somebody. Somebody with a kid. We'll find a kid and we'll give it to them. Terrible. Ergonomically terrible. I have that radio. It's great for the children's. Yeah. Trying to wrap my hand. The trigger would... I need the trigger over here. Does my dog count as a dependent? Does he drive? So it's not going to be the toppinest of quality. This is stuff that came out of a bin that I'd forgotten about. This is stuff that I've contributed to just to finishing it out, right? So there were the really inexpensive center pumpkin plastic housed capper axles. If you frequented AliExpress, you've probably seen them. Hello, not a king of hammers for the weekend. How far is Johnson Valley? It's not far. Johnson Valley is basically right next to where we go up to drive tiny toy cars. The big toy cars are not that far away. They're right up on the other side of the mountains. And it's weird. It's weird because I'm going to that. I will be attending that RC swap meet tomorrow, the one that Crawlers and Coffee puts on down at Brackett Airfield in Pomona, California. And people are like, oh, it's Super Bowl weekend? And I was like, does it matter? Like, does anybody watch the Super Bowl anymore? I can't remember the last time I watched one. Football is interminable to watch, honestly. Most sporting events, for me, have gotten to be interminable to watch. You know what I love? The MLB YouTube channel and the NFL YouTube channel. Just show me the recap. Just let me watch the whole game in 20 minutes. Because we didn't even get 20 minutes of action. You can show every play of the game and do that wrap-up in 20 minutes. Are there power inverters or ways to use RC batteries for power supplies when the power's out? Yes, there are. Those axles with the ugly bug body? Could be. Is that the same chassis as Zombie? I don't think so. Maybe? He's right on the... He's so far, but so close. He's right on the other side of the wall. Maybe he is. No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Similar. Like, he's got no cutout and then big cutout. And this has small cutout, small cutout. It's similar. Like, his front link mount positions look similar. The rear mount link positions are similar, but this one's got 7, and this one's got 8. And this one's got 8 in the front, and this one only has 7. And it's close. I mean, they're all kind of close. Let's see geo-wise. Close. It's close, but if we line up the mounting holes, like the whole rear is lower, the whole rail is shifted down. Similar. Was Zombie getting a new body? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? As he sits right there, Zombie is class 1.5. The only thing that makes him not class 1.5 is this. Oh, we haven't heard that in a while. The mic loves it. Loves it. There's like 200 feet of airline in here. The fact that it leaks as little as it does is basically astonishing. It's got one of those gigantic low-profile gearboxes. Low-profile, yet simultaneously gigantic. So I've been thinking about it. I have a couple full bodies here. Bought, during when, I think I've still got that Silverado. Bought during when Proline / Horizon was deciding to blow things out. Boy, this thing is tight of tolerance. This thing is so tight of tolerance. Do you have any of the new upgrade RC 1.9 on the list to test? Geckos, the C2 razor wires, so they're like the correct size now, 475s, and no spoilers, shields. These, if you can tell, may or may not have been tested already. I don't know if you can tell. I've been thinking about the Biddy Designs Ranger Raptor Baja for a Carl Canyon Class 1.5. Prices for RC bodies are getting ridiculous. Not getting, got. This is the Bosch, good old Bosch PS31. Yes, PS31. This is the non-brushless. I do not recommend brushless. I should give him a timeout for that. Oh, yeah. No, Sfax has got it a lot more accurate. The shield looks backwards no matter which way you put it on. And I tinkered. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't wait for the comments. Every 4th comment on that video is going to be some goddamn idiot telling me those tires are on backwards. Finally. It's finally happened. It has finally happened. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You run them that way or you run them the other way, exactly the same. Imperceptible. I love it. I keep doing these videos where the difference between object A and object B is imperceptible. 3S 16 turn, 4S 20 turn, exactly the same. No one could tell the difference. The shield lugs in the center are very short or shallow. They're the exact same height as the rest of the lugs. You could put a ruler across the top of them. Yes, leave a backwards comment. I'm looking forward to it. Because most people present it as, I don't know, a salve or a balm because the tire, but have you tried them the other way around? Yeah, I did. As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the deal. Here's what it came down to. This was the decision maker to go out onto the course and record it this way. What direction is the shield facing? Is it facing forward? Then that's the direction I'm going to run it. Because it doesn't look better, does it? Right? It never gets any better. Right? Every tire that has some sort of shield or chevron in the middle, the shield points forward. So we pointed it forward. But the beauty of it is, it doesn't matter. The lug directionality on it is basically lug forward in the front, lug rear on the rear. So they're running them like, they do. Oh, you know they're going to get better when they break in. It's basically, it's Tusk stuff. Oh, no. You can run a Tusk forward or a Tusk backward. The difference is that with a Tusk, I will run them, this is how I will run the fronts, and I will run the rears like this only if I'm operating something with dig. Because dig, when you run them this way, they have a little bit less forward drive, right? So it helps. This way is better on a Tusk, objectively. Like, unless you feel like you don't have enough, or you feel like you have too much forward drive, if that feels like a thing, then you can flip around on the back. It makes them a bit more maneuverable. So they can come at me on the upgrade shield. I am absolutely prepared for it, because it's when people tell me to do something like run this backwards. Terrible works. Same with KLRs, same with anything Trepidor, any type of Trepidor, anything basically, if you've gotten your Swamper at all directional, right? So Deep Woods / Louise, tires like that. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. I think, this is just a blind assumption, I think that there are still people out there operating under some misplaced assumption that I test things, but that I also don't test things. They're like, oh, well, that guy's obviously never thought to run a tire backwards before. Yeah, honestly, Mr. at the Temple is correct. I mean, his father might be Mr. at the Temple, but Mr. at the Temple is correct. I should have just had one of them facing the other direction so that people would be like, oh my God, bro, you totally ran one backwards. Or did I run 3 backwards and run 1 forward? We may never know. Idiots. Further, additionally, also, as well as, if they are so hungry to find out what happens when you run it backwards, my best advice to them is do that. There are a lot of idiots. There's too many. If you run them backwards after they break in where I trail at and you could make it 10 feet, then they are amazing. Oh, man. Run one completely different tire and just and see if anybody can tell. I don't know why, but the shop has been busy the last few days. I'm replacing a motor in a Ford Taurus in one bay and doing valve cover gasket, coil packs, and spark plugs in another bay. Hey, that's good, right? Isn't that good? Honestly, I'm coming to prefer, maybe I've always preferred, tires that basically have no chevron, no directionality, because then you don't have to pay attention when you're mounting them. They effectively last twice as long, because once you've feathered the edge completely off of one side, you just flip them around and run them the other way. No sock shoe. Try running them backwards is literally a backwards statement, because if they say backwards, then they know it's wrong, literally saying backwards. Yeah. And I don't believe, at least off the top of my head, I don't believe anyone has ever come at me with, try running them the, quotes, other way around. If they're directional, I will mount the last one wrong every time. 100%. And I have a system. Like, I've mounted a couple tires in my time. So I have a system, which is I have baseline, and I picture him in my mind, or he's sitting on the bench next to me, one or the other. And what I try to do is I mount 3 tires before the test, and then I mount 1 tire in the video, right? And I try to have that tire be the passenger front. So I know, I look down at the tire and I go, okay, passenger front, it needs to face this way. And even then, even at that, I've started messing up. And like I've had, one of the tests is driver rear was the tire that I had to mount. Any luck on getting the TI for your cab to fit the cage? Barely. There has to be some small, but I don't know if you can hear me over here, but I'm yelling. Some small but significant difference. I need a file. Between the Mojave and the 82 Toyota. Because you have got to cram that thing in there. Like, cram it. I have no idea how you're supposed to take a painted one and get it in there without damaging it. Honestly. Like, it is so tight. It will be interesting. It will be a learning experience, to say the least. So what I had done several years ago, this one, this is Ms. Direction's old motor. This is a Flash Hobby Turbo Evo 3530. This is a drone motor, and it comes with a big 5mm shaft. So I put it on a lathe, and I turn the shaft down, and it's a little bit too tight to fit the pinion that I want to put in it. I could document this, but camera 3 is on strike. And Mojave and 82 Toyota are different. Yeah. And I think that's what happened. Honestly, if someone out there install video shows to use some sort of tape. Okay. So this is for the people that haven't tried it yet. So you have no choice but to you cut the fenders off, which is basically like why I'm committed, right? So if I have to remove widthwise material at the front end, this is glued shut. I put the brackets on it because they ship it with the brackets, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if the hood opened? And then I realized that this bolts through the hood, so that's not going to happen. Now, I don't believe that I've let this sit long enough. I may have. And I don't know if I have the arches cut up high enough. So how you got to go is you go like this, get right in there like that. And then, I mean, you can already see, right? That's going to go like that, like this. Okay, ready? Wait. So yeah, it fits-ish. You can get it in there. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, no screws, no nothing. The bolts, when I put, look at that, look at it ate. When I put the screws in this to mount them to, yeah, good luck getting that off. Can you, if you put the cabin first, can you get the front end after? No, because it has the tabs and then it has this part, which goes under. So it has to go in like that. It has to go in from the nose and goes over. I mean, but how cool is that? You know, but this is once this thing goes in, there is no removing it. And honestly, I think it's flexing the roof a little bit. Like, hopefully the other pieces will pull this down a little bit, like that. It lives there now till forever. You can get it out. You get it right here. You get the full grab. Thing is, it is beating the sauce out of the back of the cab. So, like, don't put too much effort into your paint, I guess, because it's gonna get scuffed up getting it in here. If you can get one in without scuffing it up, you will have truly have done something. I'm just glad that when I use the styrene glue, look at the eats on the hood. Yeah, and also, like, paint it on the inside. That's the perfect answer. Just paint it on the inside. That is going to be a 1 hour paint job, and I will feel no regret about it. Where'd the pinion go? Where'd the motor go? Oh, it's happening, guys. It's really happening. Hey, Chuck with the one and Chuck with another one. Just paint a tan. You'll never notice. Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I just need to put a based coat of paint on it. Just, yeah, all those trucks are beat you shit in 1-1. I just need to paint it a base color, and then I'll hand it off to my kid, and they'll paint it with Posca markers. So it's a win-win for me. There is a giant, absolutely gargantuan fly in here that is making the amount of sound that that a bird would make if it came in here. Oh! Have I told you? Have I told you? They sell a bird. They sell a bird house, a bird feeder. They sell a bird feeder at the Costco, right? And it has an app. And I wasn't. Now he's flying right here. I gotta kick him. He's so big. We got the 1% pyrethrins. We're gonna get that guy out of here. Hey, Jimbo with the 5. So it's got a camera in it, right? And I put it up on the front of my building, and I got so mad because those birds were being insufferable and not coming and eating bird seed. And then I got my first message Tuesday. Look at my little guys. Look at my boys. That might be a lady. I don't know. They're out there all day. This one ain't even eaten. This is like, when did this happen? Noon. This is 40 minutes ago. Oh, look at that. They're there all day. And it's just constant. Do they make one for hummingbirds? I mean, with a camera, they should, because we have hummingbirds. We have a lot of hummingbirds. They're always coming and getting drinks at the pond out back. I think the pyrethrins might have gotten to him because I think he left. The ground squirrels cannot get to this at all. They don't have a chance. It's mounted on the front of the building. You know what I can do? I can continue. You know what? I want to say, so this is a Traxxas 10-tooth, and I dropped it in, and the gearbox came with a 10-tooth. I'm almost sure that this is a 3mm bore pinion, whereas this one is a 1/8 bore pinion because it fits on easily, and I can't get that one on at all. So I remembered I can use. Oh, we do. There are vibrant colored ones. Let me find one of the videos. That one's pretty basic colored. I think he was here yesterday. It looks like it's been that same one all day today. Starting at like 7 in the morning. Oh, there we go. Look at that guy. This guy is very red. They're just having a great time. I mean, they're finch. Would you come back in frame, sir? Oh. Here's why I don't have to worry about squirrels. So I don't know if you can tell where I paint, but hard water from the sprinklers, tree. Did we get the building close enough to the tree? There's no ground squirrel getting to that. It's just not. Unless they somehow find a way to scale the tree, manage to traverse the roof, and then drop down onto it from above. But the beauty of it is they don't have to, because the birds are creating an unintentionally symbiotic environment for the squirrels, because they crack those sunflower seeds and they drop stuff on it's all over the ground out there. I basically have to use the leaf blower for it, but I don't have a problem with little birds. Little noisy birds making noise out there. They are tricksy little squirrels. Yeah, we don't have. Oh yeah, but no. We only have ground squirrels. We only have ground squirrels, and those things are not. They are not as clever as other squirrels. Those ones that he's messing with are like red squirrels and gray squirrels, and those things are smart. This pinion looks like it is just going to fit. Just going to fit. In the box that the stuff came with, man, all I can smell is that clear air purge. Oh, it's strong. And it just reminds me of being in a restroom, because bathrooms tend to have those automatic dispensers. A pair of bloody noisy magpies keep chasing all the little birds from my feeder. Yeah, we don't have those. Yeah, we had a tree squirrel come and hang out in the yard for a couple weeks, and then he basically disappeared and we never saw him again. And I thought it was cool. Like, I don't know. Aren't ground squirrels rats? Yes, they're fluffy-tailed rats, basically. And they are destroying Hannah, Montana. Hannah, Montana is in rough shape right now. I think I accidentally got the mesh pretty close. And we have rats, too. The house just to my south has a bunch of palm trees, the big tall ones, or as we call them, rat condos. And the rats come down, and they're eating the engine compartment out of the RAV4 that gets parked over there. They've had to take it to a mechanic a couple times, to the point where they've just had to start. They've had to start parking somewhere else. The squirrels will just eat it. Luckily, they don't. I mean, this is a Gauge issue. You know, we don't have Gauge anymore. So, ever try to surpass 1,500? I have not. Hannah Montana has been in rough shape since the music video for Wrecking Ball. Maybe even sooner. And now she looks like she's from outer space. But the Hannah Montana that's here is in even rougher shape. I have squirrels, chipmunks, groundhogs, and field mice. So ground squirrels are so dumb they could not figure out climbing trees. I've never seen one climb a tree before. I think that's why they call them ground squirrels. I think there's something genuinely to this. I think it is that the ground squirrel is built to dig, and a tree squirrel is built to climb trees. It's the same reason that you don't have to worry about a mole getting in your bird feeder, because unless you buried your bird feeder in the ground. But yeah, they have their own habitats. Hannah Montana turned it into Amanda Bynes. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, the ground squirrels are dumb, real dumb. They ate, and I've mentioned this many times in the past, they ate all of the plastic boxwood trees that I put out on a course on the back. They ate all of the little leaves off because they thought, that looks delicious. Real dumb. Real dumb. But it goes right along with the old, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. And they are that. I can maybe get away with 27s. We'll find out here in a moment. Also, the Bago-Links came with this is a random, a frightfully, are these all 27s? That is, but that's definitely a 30. That's a 30. Let's just go 27s. We're the dumb ones for not realizing how tasty PVC is. I mean, that's fair. And the canyon cats chasing them squirrels. You would think Spirit of the Forest doesn't do nothing. I think Spirit of the Forest is a tourist. Like, Spirit of the Forest has a home and a family, and they would rather just hang out here and sleep in the sun. But I've never seen them do anything, like, cat-like. And then our cats, Tiny Lion thinks she is a mighty hunter. She is not. Jeej basically lived outdoors for her whole life, and Tiny Lion wouldn't last the night. She wouldn't last a day. I will remember to bubble juice the cab. Could just soap the whole thing up. Just go full soap. I don't know if any of this is going to line up correctly. I don't remember a lot of this. There was just a bag of parts under the bench. SMT-10 trail truck with a cringy castle. What hobby wing should I continue? If you've got room for it, we go back to the old chestnut. We truck it out again. If you've got room for a fusion, run a fusion. That's how I go. And the 1800 is probably going to be enough to do it. If you feel like spending money on the Pro and you want to treat yourself, I wouldn't stop you. Yeah, Spirit of the Forest is too majestic. Yeah, if it's a trail truck, basically all of our trail vehicles run Fusions. And unless you need more wheel speed because you have a tremendous amount of gear reduction, 1800 will probably do it. Now, a lot of our trail rigs have ended up on Pros, not all of them, but about half of the trail fleet are on Pros because that controller is better. What do you think about the new J Concepts MT as a trail rig? Honestly, it would work. Okay, I'm not wrong, right? In that video, it distinctly looks like there's two different wheelbases. Like there's a really short one. Or is it just bigger tires? Because one of them looks really short. I want that one that looks really short. It looks ridiculous. Yeah, so an SE will get you done. But if you're not outfitting a fleet, then go and get a Pro. Just get yourself a Pro. Or spend the most money and get an Elite because that has switchable drag brake on the fly. You can turn your drag brake off out on the trails. I don't run an Elite in any trail rigs. There was two models, 975, 10.5, 75, and 13. So obviously, that 13 is going to be the best handling, and not by a small amount. It's going to be the best handling by a lot. But, because That's the number, right? That's the not unspoken number. That is the not unspoken. That's the number. But man, that 975 looks, it might look more like a stomper than an actual stomper does. That's the one that made me want it. I don't know if I'm as motivated by the long one. Yes, a pro and an ecto is definitely excessive. Like, I have a pro in my classic because I went portals. The MT runs motor and axle with leaf springs. Are you scale or not? Make up your mind. Best of both worlds, right? MOA Leafs. The choice of Leafs was to me interesting because, like, monster trucks are linked, right? They're like all linked. I've seen Monster Jam. Those things are linked. Hello, RC and more. RC and more for fun. The way it bounced after landing is super scale. Yeah, I mean, they do that. I think most of that is tire. We're going to find out. We're not even doing Link Olympics. There's enough rear mounting positions that we're going to get this rear axle close enough, right? The J concepts for the retro MT category. Ah, okay. Makes sense. Honestly, it makes sense because the retro stuff, it's like going to a modern wrecking yard. The stuff is getting harder and harder and harder to come by. So I get it. And it looks cool. And I have no desire to own an LMT. Yeah, but like, it says, see the independent suspension monster truck. Suspension soaks up like a pre-runner off massive jumps, no one style. Well, that's no fun. Like, it's a monster truck. Like, I get it if you're building something to race across the desert. Retro mod class, which is upgraded Clod's MOA. Yeah, 90s era monster trucks are where it's at. Yeah, I kind of agree. Now, we only have one possible potentiality here. Oh, it's going to be real close. It's going to be real close. And that is, oh, it's double shear. Of course! Somebody sent in a set of shocks and said, do with them what you will. Today we're going to do just that. The dudes in the 90s putting ridiculously arched leaf springs in their Chevy pickups. Hell yeah. Where'd the hullabaloo? I'm going to get far as I can get. That's the goal on the day. If we don't finish, we don't finish. I have to go to, like, almost immediately after this. I will just have time to procure the very necessary coffee drink. Then it's the birthday for the wife's eldest sister, which is, of course, at a brewery. You know, I don't know if you can tell, but much like new shoes, I can't wait. Baby, I can't wait. It'll be an absolute blast here. Are you building a monster truck? If right now, no. I would be. It is the beer people. I would be very interested in the J concepts, basically depending on the price, because I would basically build it as like the mascot. Like, it would have to be painted green because the kind of unofficial color of the canyon is this like Kelly green. All the floors in this building are Kelly green. I got that because the wood shop was Kelly green. If the price looks okay, I will buy one and build one and paint it Kelly Green, and it'll say Crawler Canyon on the doors, and it'll have the 2 little flagpoles on the back, and I'll put some little Crawler Canyon flags on it. It'll be great. JDA79, you are still green. Oh, thank you, man, commuter, for the 5. I'm trying to keep up here. 25s. Yeah, those. I think it is. I think it's called Big America. Yeah. The first one of those I ever saw, I'm not ashamed to admit, I was like, these monster trucks are crazy. And then after I'm watching it for a little while, I was like, wait a minute, that's an LMT. But the addition of the sound effects, I'm sure it'll be around 500 with no electronics. If it's well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have to remember, because it's J Concepts, is it going to be a builder's kit, meaning no wheels, no tires, no body, or is it going to be a proper kit with wheels, tires, body? Because they sell a bunch of different monster truck bodies at different wheelbases, and they also sell a bunch of different wheels and tires for monster trucks. I really doubt that it's going to have the a la carte drop down where you're like, I want black wheels, and I want the big Chevron ones, and I want the 88 Bigfoot. Like, if they did that, I'm 100% buying one. But time will tell. We're going to find out what we're going to get. Just hope that it's not, I hope the builder's kit isn't $450. It's just a kit that you add to. They said that in the video. Yeah, if it's $500 for a builder's kit, then you're firmly in LMT territory. And I don't know. What it'll come down to is the same thing everything comes down to. You put a shopping cart together, and you're like, how much is this going to come out to? And if the number doesn't make you go, Bigfoot Museum have a pig standing inside the wheel of the Bigfoot Ford Aerostar. I love that Monster Jam is enjoying like this, I guess you'd call it a renaissance or a resurgence, because the Gen Zs, the youths, are discovering monster trucks. They've discovered Monster Jam. Monster Jam is amazing. I say everyone should experience Monster Jam, and everyone should experience Supercross. Because Supercross is wild. I don't follow any of it enough to know what's going on, but man, Supercross is crazy. Mr. Barrett, thank you so much. No one can stop me. No one can stop me from doing what I'm doing. Giant tusks on it. Mine would have to have the big Chevron monster truck tires. Sunday. You're going to pay for the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge. F1 is cool. You can get the same with like kart, IRL, ARCA, open wheel is cool. F1 would not be my recommendation though. Like, NASCAR has more lead changes in one race than F1 has in a whole season. 16s? It's like I've put one of these together before. I feel like I've built something approximating this in the past. If Supercross goes electric, I quit life. Yeah, Top Fuel. Oh, man. I'll forever be mad about 1,000 feet, I'll forever be mad about 1,000 feet, but man. Head down to Pomona, Winter Nationals. It's always baffled me why they do Monster Jam in stadiums that are clearly too small for them. The one that I just saw on Instagram, a guy that does like food content. What is this? Something about Munchies is his channel name. It was at the Big A, Anaheim. Anaheim Stadium looked plenty big enough to hold. When we saw him at old Jack Murphy. So as long as it's at a full-size stadium, and I mean a stadium, not like a local regional stadium, like a stadium. It looks big enough. Yeah, but at a full quarter mile, they'd be doing 400 plus. Exactly. Give them variable geometry. Give them everything. They're hitting what's her name? Just set the record. She had like 334 or something in the 1,000. It's crazy. 16 gallons of gas in under 4 seconds. Over 4 gallons a second of fuel. And we all know that if they were electric, they'd be even faster. But that's not the point. They did an outdoor monster jam here last year, and a tire flew off the truck and crushed cars in the parking lot. I think I saw that on the internet. And the mud plugs in the wheels have to have the pickle polisher's badge on them. Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure. Is this just long to long? I can't tell until I get both links on. Yeah, yeah, you cannot pour fuel out of a bucket that fast. That's true. You gotta cram it down its throat to go through fuel that fast. For me, still, I put top fuel. That's actually not that bad. It's a little high, but it's not bad. I put top fuel funny car as the second loudest thing, probably because, they won't let you get close enough to like a space shuttle taking off, the loudest thing we do. But that Harrier, vertical takeoff Harrier, was still the loudest thing I've ever heard. But a close second to Pomona Dragway. And then third place is, I saw Indy at Fontana Speedway, and it's like a jet fighter screaming into your ear every time they come around. Yeah, all the tracks not being able to extend the shutdown, but some of them can. How's this? Is this better? Maybe. Possibly. Met John Force in the fan once. He really does care about his fans. He's shaking hands until they literally pulled away to get into the car. They used to build them different. We can never go back. It's going to be really close to the drive shaft. It's going to be woefully close to the drive shaft. Let's see if that pinion angle is still agreeable. They brought some F level to San Jose in the early 2000s. The streets here destroyed the cars because the roads are so bad. Yeah, last year, you want to know about, so roads bad is not a NorCal thing. It might not even be a California thing. It might just be an America thing, because this son of a crap. This last year, the Redlands Bicycle Classic changed its route because the roads were so bad that they couldn't use one of the usual routes, and it takes them forever to fix the roads. So hopefully they'll be back this year. We get to see the classic again. I've never seen roads as bad as those around Bakersfield, California. Realistically, anything around Southern California, once you get through Central California and you get down into this area, there are residential streets here that have been paved one time. They built that subdivision in 1950, and they paved the roads, and they haven't paved them since, because the street doesn't get enough traffic, and we don't have weather, so they can just leave the roads forever. There is still a section of 5th Street that's about 4 miles away. It's right about where Amazon Air is located. There's a section of that street that people just know you don't drive down that. It looks like Air Force bombers came across and did a bomb run. We would be better off if the road was just gravel. I don't actually mean that seriously, because there have been a lot of places in the country that are going back to gravel roads. You want to talk about when cost saving goes too far. So we don't have the worst roads. That's reserved for places like Detroit. But what we have is are roads that are consistently bad. And then whenever the money gets freed up, they repave the road that doesn't need to be repaved. In the last 10 years in our town, they've repaved 9th Street twice. And that section of 5th Street has looked like that since I was 10 years old. The U.S. is an undeveloping nation. Yeah, gravel roads destroy windshields, destroy everything. It's, luckily, they wanted to widen our street and put a sidewalk in. So they had to repave it. But money got approved out where we go on some of the Wheelin' Wednesdays. Basically, the route that we have to drive to get up to either Mill Creek or the Santa Ana or even when we're going to Forest Falls, the road we have to drive when we get there has been in horrible condition for a long time, and had been approved to have a bike lane put on it because a number of cyclists had been killed out there, hit by cars and killed. That we know of, you're probably on to the second hand counting. So they got approved, and then they just weren't doing it. So finally, they contracted out some builder to come and put the bike lanes down, and it was the most deliciously, beautifully bureaucratic thing I'd ever seen in my entire adult life, which is the paving crews came out. That's not it. That one will probably work. So the paving crews came out. Where's my... I had my to-do list written down. So we have a 2-lane undivided road. This part looks like bombs have landed on it. It's got holes in it. Your car will be like around. And then they were going to come in and they were going to put a bike lane on this side and a bike lane on this side. And the beauty of it is there's nothing. Like, there was a shoulder, but the shoulder wasn't maintained. So if you were to look right here and you were to zoom in on the shoulder looked like this. Like, it always felt like you were just going to fall off, right? So they came in and they put in the bike lane, and it has the little cyclist guy on his little bike, right? And, they put in bike lanes. And what they did is they repaved right here. So they paved where the bike lane was and about 4 inches out into the road. And then they repainted the lines, and they just left all of this alone and didn't repave any of it. And I was like, now that is what pure distilled bureaucracy looks like. They're already here. It would cost this much more to just repave the whole thing. No. We are going to add bike lanes, and we're going to leave the middle of it looking like a bomb track. Because what they're waiting for a subdivision to come in and then make them pay to have the roads done. Because if you go down the road about a mile, the roads are all repaved down there because a new subdivision went in. Starting in the low 700,000s, because that's the way it works. Welcome to California. We are full. What size holler ball is this? We're just grabbing bits and bobs. We're cobbling it together. I'm starting to put together. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sustain giving away like one a month. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. We'll see how it works. I feel like I've missed a question. Roads in Michigan are the worst. What are we building? Trucks at Friday. I'm betting someone on the 9th is on the city council. Probably true. Most people in the South don't know the frost heave experience. I ride an e-scooter. We have potholes in London that'll swallow a 10-inch wheel. Some of the roads by me have had massive potholes since I moved to Denver, and they're just getting bigger. But they widened the road 2 miles north of the worst part, so that's nice. Not only are they going fast now at 1,000 than they were when they were in the last quarter, they're doing it with 90 instead of 100% methanol. Wow. Technology. I finally put power to my 10 Pro Wrecker Fusion 1890-18, and it is spicy. I'm thinking it needs a 1200. Yeah, straight axles. If it's the 10 Pro box, no, 1890 would be a Stealth X? Isn't that the inspiration for Rage Against the Machine's bomb track? They must have driven down 5th Street. Didn't Pizza Hut start filling potholes as an advertisement and filled more than the local government did? I would not be surprised. That could be urban legend. That could be a thing that happened, particularly as a resident of California, where they've always seemed to have money. He's back, by the way. Oh, I can turn my fan on. That'll keep him from being directly over my head. I don't know if 71 is explicitly warm enough to turn the fan on. Yeah, rage for the machine, indeed. That's the avenue many have chosen. 5 plus 9 plus 3. 17, 18, 20. Ferda nuts. Ferda nuts. Let us choose arbitrarily. Yeah. This is the amount of thinking, thoughtfulness we're putting into tuning. A 20 might be a little short. It's too late. We've committed. Anyone remember when Pizza Hut was a dine-in place with a salad bar? That was my wife's first job. 3593 Highland Avenue, the Red Roof. She worked in the dining room, and I was I was a delivery driver. That was our first jobs out of high school. We both worked at the Pizza Hut. And she was better at the job than I was because I ended working there as a delivery driver, and she ended working there as a shift manager. I know. Try not to allow your face to show the shock. But there you go. She is a manager of people. She's born to do it. I can barely manage myself. Did you enter the 500 subs Mantis giveaway? No, I did not. You don't need to be giving me stuff. And I saw the thumbnail. Is it a real giveaway? It's a proper giveaway. If you went to the Pizza Hut for the salad bar, you definitely go sock shoe. The salad bar was great. Whoa. No, we're gonna have to. We're gonna leave it right there for now because it's gonna hold the rear end together. But my goodness, we're not even close. Probably gonna have to rebuild these shocks with shorter rod ends on the bottom. That'll be it. That's a problem for future me. and then probably go down one hole and forward one hole to try to get a decent amount. And there's also no chassis braces or anything here. You get to win a Mantis chassis with 3D printed parts, including shipping. Hey, that's bold, dude. That's bold. I still make people pay for shipping. I'm already giving it away. I'm not physically made of money. Yeah, that's a really long rod end for the end of a shock. What are these? These 90s? 95s? 95s. So swapping rod ends would get us down to 90s. That will help. It is, of course, going to require the usual amount of tinkering. Show y'all how to get down. Wife is a night manager at the Dairy Queen. When we met, got so many free blizzards. Man, a free blizzard sounds great right now. Trying to think of where the nearest functional Dairy Queen is. I know where it is. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go into San Bernardino. Just getting back into RC and really enjoy your channel. Have you ever considered doing a wheeling Wednesday at Lytle Creek or Etiwanda Falls Trailhead? The wife asked me a couple days where Lytle Creek was, and I was like, it's right over there. And it's just a matter of like not knowing the locale enough. You know, my local end is more at this end. So like, I'm fairly confident when we go somewhere. She has a limited amount of time. I have a limited amount of time. I'm not opposed to going anywhere. Just, you know, if you've been on, what are they, Bash Maps or RC whatevers, you know, the equivalent of OnX for tiny cars. Boy, is there not a lot of stuff for Southern California. The RC family doesn't like these axles? And I could understand. Yeah, including shipping is wild. I mean, are there people that haven't gotten charged for shipping because people will contribute towards the shipping? Sure. But, like, what he needs to hope is that most of the people that enter that live in, you know, Germany or France. Because I've shipped rigs to Norway twice, Belgium twice, Spain, the UK twice. My God, the amount of money I've spent on shipping. I've bought, at last count, I've bought $200 in stamps. I don't even know what these are. I can't even tell you. Box was sent in, full of stuff, probably around a year ago, and it got pushed under the bench. I assume Revolt is familiar with international shipping. Well, he has a U.S. guy. He's got a U.S. guy now. So he doesn't have to ship here. And shipping here is the killer. If he's in Europe, shipping to Europe, that's like being in the United States, shipping to the United States. Yeah, stamp is like 75 cents. When I bought the first books of stamps to ship out stickers, they were in the either high 40s or low 50s. Why do I have a shield and not a wrench? I don't know. I don't know. I want my wrench back. You have a shield. You're the guardian now, I guess. Okay. We're gonna have oh, yeah. We're gonna have some problems for sure. I feel like problems are inevitable. Inevitable problems. Okay. So this thing did not come. So the Bago links, two of these, no problem. Two of these, and then 3 links of completely different lengths. I guess it's supposed to be set up for like a 3-link for something. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make sure that this is loosely centered and angled right about where we want it, because I can't do link elliptics on this because I don't have adjustables that are short enough. So we want something between 70, like low 70 and 75. Could get away with like 77, 78. YouTube changed that Monday. I just shipped a small box to a town an hour away and it cost $12. That sounds right. Probably right about there. Ruler number 2. That is a 45. I probably have that. Did anybody see where I put the baggie with the body posts? If you find yours, tell me where I left mine. Now it's the old hullabaloo of, can we find 2 links at the same link? That's probably about right. Let's ruin some stuff. This is how we'll find out. Yeah. Trucks of Friday. What are we building? Trucks of Friday. Can't you see where I'm pointing? It's right there. Well, it's going to happen now. I just thought aloud in my head. I'm amazed. I haven't really dropped that much stuff yet. We're going to start. Boy, are we going to start. Slap some ends in this. Based on what we've got on the bench, this thing is going to be really light. Now, we probably need to go to the outside, and that will be facilitated pretty easily, but yep, we're doing it. It's just stupid enough to work. Oh, I'll show you. Take that. Take that, people who think they know what they think they know. Got some analog synth parts from Florida, sent to Scotland. The postage was just under 4 times the cost of the parts. Unbelievable. They act like planes don't fly across the ocean anymore. Have you ever considered a Turista's Wheelin' Wednesday? I have not. Because Wheelin' Wednesday is the only installment that requires specialized equipment. Like, I have a radio with a Picatinny rail screwed to the front of it, and another Picatinny rail on the side of it to hold onto all of my everything. So I would have to go through all the works and labors of programming up a rig to a radio link receiver and getting outside. I mean, it could be done, but people don't really send in trail rigs. They tend to send in rock crawlers, lots of outrunners. As a matter of fact, almost a couple fusions, but almost everything that has been sent in has been an outrunner. What's the pitch on a 10-3 gearbox? I'm almost sure it's 32 pitch throughout. I know that's the spur and the pinion is, if that's what you're asking specifically. I am going to need spacers. I'm trying to maintain some small amount of focus in the hopes. I don't think we can do this. I think what we're questing for is impossible, because for certainly I'm not going to get a body mounted. Okay, found shock spacers. Now I just need to find 2 spacers for the upper links. If it's the same spacer, I'm fine with that. Stuff's hitting the floor now. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, yeah, to the inside, it would just barely fit. The truck that's coming could go out with the Camels or the Green Team. Oh. Those 2 different length screws? Cruelly? Yes. 10 and a 12. Just on account of because. Alright, because these are going to have to go from the inside for sure. So we're going to have a 5, 8, 15, 16. And it's still a 20. Still a 20. You can't get away from 20s. Oh, I hoped I could do an 18. Didn't you say that way back that everything would be made into a rock crawler? I think that was way back before Bruce, so I don't think anyone would send in their scale trail truck. Yeah, I mean, I basically, people send things in for whatever reason, and I drive them and I lightly evaluate and I make what changes I think might be advantageous. That feels fighty. That feels particularly fighty. We're going to see. Motocross. I've seen brushless motors that have a T instead of a K. Okay, turns. So the T goes back to turns, and that is a throwback. I mean, that is still how brushed motors are made. Like you'll see, like drag motors will be like 3.5 T. They like to do that because then they don't have to give you any kind of accurate, measurable, quantifiable stat. Because there is no real equivalency. It'd be great if there were, but there does not appear to be. So the lower the number of turns, the faster it is, and the higher the number of turns, the slower it is. I have to go already. Have a good one, everybody. I will try to hop in later. He won't be back. He won't be back. I think that gearbox is 9-1 if you use the supplied 9-tooth pinion. It's got a 10, but it's also on portals, so it should be, and a 1700, so it should be fine. It should be absolutely Optimal? What's optimal? I'm probably going to have to remake these front uppers, and I'm probably, because I'm trying to cheat. I'm probably going to have to remake them as short as physically possible so that I can mount them on the forward holes, the forwardmost holes on the chassis, because I'm almost sure that we're going to have interference. Ever tried a 3.5 turn motor in a crawler? Is 47.4 miles an hour a bit too spicy for crawling? Maybe. Maybe. It would be more powerful. It is an experiment that I do want to entertain. Like, at what point does the loss of efficiency become catastrophic, you know? You put a 6,000 kV motor in something, and then you give it 240 to 1 gear reduction. Because now you have an incredible amount of power. Am I okay? I don't know. Am I? I always heard like brushless in turns was brushed. Yeah, I mean that is. Burned up my low profile servo last week. Anything new worth checking out in the LP market? So DS Servo's got a 55 kg on Amazon. I've got one in a drawer. It's on the board. It's on the board and it's in the drawer right here. Do I think that it'll make 55 kg? Absolutely not. Is it $60? Yes. So if this can make 35 kg, I'd still be on board. Because I've been saying, we don't need 60 kg low profile servos because nobody is mounting a low profile servo on the chassis. They're going to be chassis mounted. This whole part is going to be a festival of shenanigans because we're doing something suitably stupid. Anyone would be astonished if we weren't. What I'm trying to do, why are you not using tweezers? Because you're a buffoon. So when this axle came in, something stripped out. The upper mount is stripped. I did it wrong. You did it wrong. There's only one way to do this. So once we get this bolted on, we're going to have to do it the fun way. Should have put the uppers on the axle first. Probably should have made them high clearance as well. And as a matter of fact, while we're bodging away, that's actually 15 millimeters. What did I say, 45s? So I should be able to build the link I need out of 30s. I have one. Well, if one of these other short ones is a 30, then we might be saved. We might be saved. What the hell length is this? What is this? It's a 34. And I have a 31 and a 30. Perfect, he says. The shortest HCs I've got are 40s, but you know what I have? That's right. I have a lot of them. Let's just do that. Let's try to dodge the bullet before it goes into our brain. Well, I mean, there's nothing to see right now. DS Servo makes the blue case. I don't know who makes the blue case, actually. I don't know if anybody who knows who makes the blue case. There's a lot of them. have a black can 20 turn big block. So wait. So what you're telling me, you've got a black chrome big block, so the actual surpass one. And then what else? What all else? What are we talking about? What's in the box? What's in the box? So you've got a 4-pull 20 turn. And what else? Make your pitch. 10 Pro. I'm not. I feel the motivation level from a 10 Pro is so low. So low. It goes right, it blows right in past me. I built 3 10 Pro based, and the 10 Pro or a BK3 and a Fusion. What Fusion? So Builder's Kit 3, a big block. What kind of Fusion? I know, we're just, the only way you can tell anything's actually happening. 23 or 1800 or 1200, your choice. If it's a 2300, if it's a Pro, because I need another Pro. If it's a Pro and a BK3 and that big block, you can get it RTR. I'll send it with the AGFRC and the Fusion 1200 in it. Even Elite on the team. You got an Elite? Well, if it's an Elite, then it'll come with the radio. What's happening here? We're wheeling. We're dealing before the wheeling. Motor forward or rearward with that chassis? I think it's got to be forward because I don't think you can comfortably mount the rear links to the outside of the chassis. You've got to mount them. You got to mount them on the inside, and they try to interfere as it is. So if it wasn't a Link Olympics, it wouldn't be a build, would it? Can we get a goodbye crawl video for Old Blue before he gets shipped out? Yeah. He'll make one last go around. I don't even. You know what? He's been sitting in one spot for so long. I don't even know what his radio is. I don't even know what radio he's attached to. BK3 Elite and a black hand big. I can't. That. You've made me an offer I can't refuse. I've lost the other link. I've lost the other link. No. I've lost the other link. It's right there. I'm okay. I'm all right. Got a little distracted. It's fine. It's kind of my default state. Slightly distracted. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a small box, too. And I was mentioning on the Discord, right before this started, I have to build not another one of those, but I have to build another hard body. Because for the TI Fury, I got all hopeful like. And I ordered a bunch of parts. I ordered the windshield and the interior and the engine bay and all that stuff. And you can't use any of that stuff in the TI Fury. None of it'll fit. So all I need to order is a cab. I need a Mojave, not a Mojave. I need the 82 cab and hood. I have all of the other parts. Late to the party. Got a question for you. What do you think about the Surpass Hobby 1800 kV 2-in-1 Gecko motor? I can get it right now, free delivery for $67. Well, I've never driven one, So I have absolutely no idea if it's good or bad. I have no idea if it's just a port from Hobbywing, if Hobbywing just OE'd that, or if Surpass is the OE on that and it's a non-FOC. It could be an in-runner with a sensor in it. It could be a flipped out inside out outrunner. I won't know until I know. 67 bucks is not bad. You know, if it's got FOC, then it's either licensed or it's from a Hobbywing OE. So it's probably going to be at the very least fine. Moving upward towards pretty darn good. I've lost the other one already. I would lose my mind. Are we doing okay? Are we okay? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we're okay or not. Would you run the secure ESC with the Holmes Hobbies 380 revolver? I mean, you could. If so, what's secure? If you don't own a programmer, then the easiest way to start is to get the 70 amp. But if you do have a programmer, get the 120. It costs a couple dollars more. And if you really want to go pinkies out, Amazon now has the 120 with the 10 amp BEC in it for like 69, I want to say. I think it's like 57 for the 120, 69 for the 120 with the 10 amp, and then it's usually about 54 for 70 amp with the programmer. Is it cloudy down your way? No. Completely clear. Yeah, the borrowers, we definitely have those. The Surpass 1500 I saw is $20 on Temu. I've never ordered anything from Temu, and I hope to continue that for the rest of my natural life. So we need a 15, 7, 25, 22. 22? Probably a 22. Now I have a mix of McMaster and Axial and some Traxxas in there. Traxxas likes themselves at 23. They're pretty fond of those. So if we go like, I have to think upside down. Okay, we don't want to crush. That's what we don't want to do. So we got to try to do this without crushing. This is something that someone in the future that isn't me. That's the beauty of it. Did I get this length way wrong? No, it's fine. No, 22 is absolutely correct. Someone in the future that isn't me is probably going to have to take this apart. And there is every chance in the world that they will curse my name. 10 BEC is the bomb. I think you pay more for a BEC than they want for the whole ESC. Yeah. The thing is, I'm running a BEC powered servo on so few. I mean, I realize I guess I could be right about here. On so few AM32s, Escape 32s. I tend to, like Fusions, it's like a half-half split. Luckily, they're starting to give us bigger BECs in most everything, which is nice. It's nice. So the reason that we're doing this hullabaloo is, one, it will help us line up with the outsides of the chassis rails a little bit better. But that's really just a side effect. As I halfway mentioned, the screws to mount the servo mount on top, the view is off to the right. That looks weird. How's that? What skid is that? No idea. I think it comes with this tremendously oversized LCG gearbox. I don't know. I don't know the what do they call it? The provenance. Is that right? I don't know the origin of any of this stuff. I can't remember any of it. I was browning out my Fusion Elite with the AGFRC LP. Yeah, if you're using that 61, those are pretty. Those are a little those are a little thirsty. Nope. I'm so right-handed that if my right hand tries to pretend to be my left hand, I can't even work that way. Absolutely hapless, helpless, and hopeless. Like, I have these shocks. I have no recollection of where they came from. I just know that they're here. I think that's gonna work. I think it's gonna. Don't say anything. Shh. I don't want to jinx it. Have you had a chance to run the Holmes Hobbies 2-in-1 yet? Nope. Still never heard a single report from a single soul saying that there's any reason to buy one over a hobby wing. Oh, this is gonna clear. Easy peasy. Perhaps lemon squeezy. No guarantees. No guarantees. Nope, that ain't right. The problem is, here's what the problem is. I keep setting this on an uneven surface and pushing it servo off center. Let's see if it's that one. Plus, the 2-in-1 seems pricey for what it is. Yeah, it costs $5 more than an Elite. And now that the Elite is out, you can get a Fusion Pro for $125. So the Holmes is $30 more than a Pro. The Pro is a fully proven entity. We know exactly what the Pro does. And the Holmes doesn't have FOC. Because that is... Hobby Wings got that locked down. Oh. I'd rolled that axle all the way forward. Finally off work. It was 2 degrees with 40-mile-an-hour winds. Chinese attempts at making up an English name are pretty funny. They are pretty consistently solid. That's how we get, like, Tiger Dog and Lizard Fetus. 2 degrees is crazy work. Because whether you mean Celsius or Fahrenheit, it's both terrible. I assume it's Fahrenheit. Look at that. That pinion angle change isn't even bad. No, what's golden? We golden, baby. Now, he says that hubristically and potentially too early because, hey, I know that guy. Everybody, thoughts and prayers, as they say on the internets, in the chat, because Mr. Turner should not be here right now giving out gift memberships, but he does because it is apparently in his core. It's some core element of his nature because as far as I am made aware, and from what I understand, he is at the funeral for his grandmother right now. So there you go. Thoughts and prayers for Mr. Turner. It's crazy to me because my oh man, So it was before. Oh my God. Are you ever at all just taken aback by how the human mind works? My grandmother, my maternal grandmother was the last of the four to pass. It went paternal grandfather, then maternal grandfather, then paternal grandmother, then maternal grandmother. They went in that order. Was the last to pass, and she passed just before my son was born. And this year, my son will be 23. It's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe that my grandparent that died the most recent was 23 years ago. I guess it's good that it doesn't feel like that long, because what do they say? You die. How many times do we die? We actually die more than once, because you die for the final time when nobody speaks your name again. I know that's a bring down. We're not supposed to bring down. And well, I mean, here's the thing. All of my grandparents were born before 1920, so they would. There's a very high chance they would all be dead by now anyway. They all survived the war. They were born in times of poverty and famine, and they all made it into their 80s. So they did all right. But at the same time, I don't expect to make it as far. I don't. Mid to late 70s is where I figure I've got. And what I do on a daily basis is I make sure I sit down and I don't think about how far away that is. Because I'm in the last third. I'm fully into the last third. And, ruminations on mortality serve no one well. If we don't get rain or snow soon, this summer will be nothing but fires. Well, you would think so, but because you got no rain, the weeds won't have gotten to grow as big. So maybe they'll no, it'll be fires, because all the dead stuff is already there. We lost both maternal grandparents last year from Alzheimer's. And the day before my grandmother died, my dad's mom got diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, we are all, and as somebody said that, like, we're dying younger. Well, yeah, because we're eating worse and we're more stressed. I've been lurking and hearing you say that you're in the last third is insanely depressing. Good God. Yeah. Middle age. This is what people. Okay. Here's another one. Here's another one to put in your secret pocket and hold on to it for later. Based on life expectancy in the United States, if you're a man, middle age is 38. 38 is halfway. I don't like to think about that. I'd rather think about being in my final third than I would like to think about. There's no place to put a battery on this. Where am I going to put the battery? Yeah, we need shorter. I don't want it to droop more than that. Okay, maybe I do. Maybe. I'm wrong all the time. May I charge some batteries? Yeah, absolutely. Just bring them in here, hand them to me, and I will set the Genzace to work, and I will elicit a Pavlovian response from everyone that owns a anyone that owns a D300 when the charge tone goes off, and they hear it and they'll be like, "That's exactly what are these 22s? No. Genzace 1300. Look at this. I like to say that I think I've tried them all. I've never done the Gaoneng 1550, but somebody was spending. Look at this. This is throwing around big boy money, buying real Genzace. What are we doing? You're supposed to buy knockoff brand. You're supposed to get some Chinel By the way, did I forgot. The balance plug on that Genzace looks crazy. Yeah, the true, we're all in the decline. We're welcome to the grand decline. Because we do have one thing going for us. And that's like, how long do you want to live? Gowning HV ain't bad. I've just never heard of them. Genzace makes a perfectly fine battery, but they're just too expensive. Happiness actually goes up as you get older. There have been studies done on the midlife crisis, and once that period is over, you get happier and keep getting happier. I'm waiting for that to kick in. Dying doesn't matter as long as you live before you do. That sounds too much like poetry. My 3-year-old told me the other day, Daddy, you're faster than me, but I'm going to be faster and you're going to be slower. Bum me out a bit. Yeah. Children, they don't know that there are punches that need to be pulled. And they just say things, and then you're like, Jesus, kid, to take it easy on me. I'm an old man. My buddy Robert went through that, where it's that thing, apparently every male child has to challenge their father. There's that thing about dominance, when he got stronger and faster than his father, and then it hit him real hard when his eldest son got stronger and faster than him. Because he was like, they do the usual, they roughhouse like their brothers, even though they're father and son. And they were roughhousing, and he was like, he got his hands on me, and he just, like, I couldn't get away. Like, he just had me. And I was like, here it is. He goes, he did the full Matt Damon time lapse at the end of Saving Private Ryan, where he just got immediately old. And I'm like, I'm getting there slowly. Okay, those are all right. So we're down here way low. So this is far more droop than I would want. But once I swap, I'm just going to put a different rod end on there. Once we put a different rod end on that, then it'll look about right. The fronts actually are kind of okay. Like that travel, that I'm on board. It's fine. Now, do any of these actually, is there a gear over there? No. How about there? No. How about there? No. How about there? Also no. Now this thing sounds like a little clatter shop. This is not going to be the quietest thing you've ever heard. But it's going to be all right. Now, we haven't gotten to unanswered question X, which is the drive shaft going to clear? Or are we going to have to resort to goofery? Or I just swap the gearbox out, honestly. So that's why we're only putting 2 screws in it. Oh, I don't think it is. I don't think that's going to clear. Inside the box was a tiny little drive shaft. Just a little baby. I don't know. On a lighter note, I see you often replace stock Vanquish screws. What brand of aftermarket screws do you prefer? It's most of these. How many Vanquish screws do I take out that it's so full you can't even read the size? I should probably use a socket cap more than I do, but I tend to replace it with button head. And the button head bin, what is in here is 95%, maybe 98% McMaster Industrial. So when I pull screws out of here, if I can, should use tweezers, they're all going to have the grading stamps on the heads. If you just want to get a nice little assortment of hardware on the cheap, go to Jenny's RC and order the bags of takeoff hardware from TRX4s. I did a whole breakdown on it on the Discord. You get 10s, 12s, 14s, 18s, 20s, 23s. You get about 5 or 6 of each. It's like $7 for the whole bag. You buy $20 worth and you have quite a few screws. There's no need to replace any of the hardware on Vanquish unless you want to. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm lazy, so by nature. So if possible, I want it to be the same size driver to put a whole rig together and take a whole rig apart. Oh, I was worried that this was going to be too short, when in reality, this may indeed be too long. And it may indeed hit the motor. Yeah, I think it's the length. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna throw pins in it. I'm gonna throw pins in it. There might be a little yeah, I had the same thought. If you had the thought, I just had it too. This is a 3530, and it's almost too long because of the centered pumpkin. It really desperately wants an offset. Okay, that has a flat in it, so I actually need the screw pin with the much longer threads on it, like this one. I can probably use the other one with the other end. This is some bargain stuff. That's whirling and twirling. I'm wondering if this... No, it's a through. Ooh, I heard it. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I think it's actually... Oh, wait. No. Maybe? We might be able to fix this. We might be able to fix this. If I turn the gearbox around, it's going to put the motor right where that is. And I don't think, because look how straight that is. I don't think that I could clear, because it's basically running parallel to the chassis rail. I don't think I could get it over far enough to where it wouldn't hit the rail under compression. It's up too high. Oh, that's so close. Okay, so this is at full droop. What will happen if we do something unwise? I'm using all the brain force I have right now, and it's not enough. Okay, can I get a screw in the other side? I can. Oh, hold on. Oh. What would you say is the most accommodating LCG chassis for a Fusion? Gold Rush, probably. Yes. Because a Fusion will fit in that so easily. So, because it has the 4 over here, in case you wanted to run a 3 gear, we just kind of... We put the clock on it. Oh, yeah. Full. Guys, now the only issue is going to be we've got to flip this guy around and run button head on the inside. Give him a wrench! Brazen Scale Frontline will fit a Fusion if you run a Stealth X. Yeah, anything that will also fit a Stealth X, because it holds the motor under its arm, will fit a Fusion easily. But most anything, here's the dilly. Here's the dilly. If the chassis comes with any gearbox that looks like these, it's designed around this, basically. Does anyone make a 3-gear conversion for the TRX4? Yes, you can get a, oh God, who does it? You can get a skid. There's a conversion skid now. I can't remember who makes it. Max clearance with a ball stud. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I don't know if we need max. Well, let's see. Yeah, we can get away with just flipping it. I'd go to ball stud if I gotta. Be a man and just drill through the TRX foreskin. The other option is this, which is, hold on. He's struggling. He's struggling, guys. Hold on. Just wait. He's gonna give it one more try. One more try right here. This is your last chance. See, you gotta threaten it. I was gonna throw it away and get another one. So, if you go to Deluxe, Deluxe makes a skid that's basically designed to fit a Nod 2. So I put an adapter plate on it so that I could run an OD3 because I wanted to run an OD3. With the Nod 2, the motor should just run right there. It should not impede on that front upper link mount. You can also remove the, I cut the part off of the front of the skid and used a double clamper on there. Without that piece, if you just have your panhard just bolted to a spacer, it will clear a Fusion no problem. Not just clear a Fusion, but I mean, you could put like a 3676 in there and it would clear. But I'll tell you what, this skid with that combo in there drops a whole lot of weight, like a whole lot. Could a TRX4 clone 2-speed be put in an Amazon carbon chassis? You could. Yeah, still. You find out that all the noise is coming out of the and these aren't even TRX4 axles. Still manages to sound like a TRX4. I don't know why you would want to put a TRX4 clone 2-speed in an Amazon carbon chassis unless you want to go really fast. There's effectively no gear reduction in a TRX4 gearbox. They get all of their gear reduction from the axles, which is why if you convert it to straight axle, like I foolishly did, you end up putting some other non-portal gearbox like an OD3 in it. I hate anything with gold on it, to be honest. Oh, it's fair. The titanium gold rush removes the gold color. Seems counterintuitive. Yeah, but titanium will be as strong and as light. I love element gearbox and materials for. I've done it before by building adapters. I just built adapters that adapted an element skid plate into TRX4 rails. But I don't. Somebody does the skid now. I have no recollection of who does it. I know Deluxe does that one, but I don't know who does the 3-gear one. Did your buddy give you feedback on Bonk? Yeah, his brother won't give it back. His brother basically stole it. His brother told him that if he wants to drive one, he needs me to make him another one. Yeah, he takes it. He keeps it. My buddy told him that his brother keeps it in his work truck. Takes it to work with him like every day. Bought batteries, bought a charger, bought everything for it. And I'm like, that's nice, I guess. I'm going to have to do some whittling on these things as well because of the flat. I'm trying to find a pin. Yeah, I'll probably just use one of these longer pins and then cut it down with the grinder. Oh, I always do this the other way. No, I do it this way. This will be fine. We'll get there. In the Works RC does the TRX for 3 years. There you go. Is there as much titanium in the kit as there was gold? I think I mean if I'm understanding the question, I think Mias just sells the titanium rails, like as an option / upgrade. That was upside down. Dang it, this thing might go together. So what I'll do is I'll do that, and then I'll pin's a little long. Pin's just a little long. We can grind that. Yeah, this is we're building a TRX4 here, kind of unintentionally, because all the gear reduction is going to come from the axles. I'm working with the bolt-on Endure LCG for the TRX4. Want to swap in the trans and axles for weight savings. Would the 3-gear mess with the COG? I mean, yes. It's going to raise it up, but it's not going to raise it up. It's not going to raise it up that much. And I'm willing to make the trade. Like, if somebody just made rails, this is what somebody, hey, 3D printer people, somebody just needs to make little C-shaped rails that allow you to put a Stealth XF in a TRX4. Yeah, that would fit. Because even with the offset, it would still fit. Because they treat it like gear reduction is incredibly expensive. I don't think it is. I don't know why they won't give us more. But yeah, the number of TRX4s, the number of things here that have TRX4 axles on them and still have TRX4 gearboxes shrinks by the day. Oh, that's got some. That's got so much movement. It makes me want to think that it's either missing shims or it's missing the inner bearing. Look at that thing go. That's wild. He's just throwing in my comments and say TRX4. What was you going to say about the titanium gold rush before you got sidetracked? To my knowledge, Mias is not selling the gold rush kit with titanium. They're just doing, like, you can buy titanium rails. So far as I know. If someone knows differently. My brain. Don't even remember what it was like when I had it. You go to full compression, and then we measure to right there. And it helps to have the pins in, because otherwise they'll slide down too far, and then you'll cut it far too long. What did I do? Okay, going over here. Turning on the light. Getting this guy. All right. Don't think I'm gonna leave you guys without sparks. Got to figure out how to angle this just right. There we go. I'll tell you if it gets hot. Okay, that stock disc is a little wide. Now, I have a big combo belt disc sander over there. It's too big to move. So I'm just going to grind the end of this flat so I don't cut myself. Yeah, I bought some other cutoff wheels for that thing, and hopefully, yeah, I don't like the coated ones. They stink. Whatever this coating is on it, it stinks. Now, if he did it rightly, and that is always a giant question mark hovering over the universe. If he did it rightly, this should be the right length. I shouldn't have to remove any additional material. Go to full droop. That should pop right on like that. This. Then, pro tip! What you want to do is you want to rotate it so that the set screw is facing y'alls. Right? Then you're going to want to push it all the way down so you're at full compression. Then you're going to want to tighten the set screw down, because otherwise there's a chance that it could bottom out on you. Like, we're not talking about an incredibly dynamic rear drive shaft. There's the exposed, and then we go all the way in. So I could have made, well, no, I can go in a little bit. The play in this thing is diabolical. That's crazy. Anyone ever use Proline grunts? For a tire that is perfectly symmetrical and a fairly accurate representation of a military tire, they're fine. They're fine. They're not great. Yeah, right? I'm now stuck, like, that's crazy. We're gonna have to pull that apart. Like, it's like it's meshing all right. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that axle's not recommended. Yeah, the front's just as bad. It's either, to me, it feels we're twofold. It's either missing a bearing, or the inner bearing is not the correct. The inner bearing is not the correct size. Try running it backwards. I need a tire. So this would be forward. It honestly, it feels exactly the same. The expectation of that is you're like, oh man, it's going to be bad. Can't hurt to take a gander. Again, unknown provenance. Jiminy Christmas. Focus for me. Focus for me. You have to appreciate it. It's got the E-clip on it. That bearing cannot. It cannot. That bearing cannot fit and be that loose. I mean, we've seen axles that we have to shim to high heaven, but this isn't a shimming issue. The mesh, well, maybe it is. It's the inner bearing. There is a bearing. Focus for me. Look at that race. Good God. Thank God its guts blown out. Let me guess. It's going to be weird. 5 by 14 by 5. I should have that. I should have that. I know I got 5 by 13. 8 by 12. 5 by 12. You look suspiciously like 5 by 14s. I think I got a whole spool of them just because of this. Well, we might as well. Well, we're here, right? If we're going to replace one, we might as well replace both. I could not. Try as I may and try as I might, I could not grip it and ship it. More of a Heim joint. Yeah. Actually, it's not that bad. I thought that bearing was just going to drop free. Oh, that's greasy. That's greasy. Oh, that makes a little bit of a difference. And the handle of my screwdriver just rolled into that pool of grease. It's about how floppy my spur gear bearings on my Syntfusion. All of a sudden it was flopping around because the bearings failed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That, God, I'm just grease now. Yeah, the other one is equally bad. Yeah, I'm going to do the other one as well. I can't, that's the worst non-failed bearing I've ever seen. What is it? So what's the tightest? They start at, do bearings start low and work their way out to high, or do they start high and work their way out down to low? It's out of my head right now. Like at the whatever is at the end, either ABEC 1 or ABEC 9. No, ABEC 9 is as tight as it gets, and ABEC 1 is as blown out as it gets. That was some ABEC 1 stuff. Just dragged my sleeve through E6000. Okay, that's bad. That's pretty bad. I set this down right across here in a plastic bag covered in purple thread lock. That was fun. Do not recommend. It got everywhere. And the time of my life that I try to pretend didn't exist, when I built the giant Vi gauntlets for cosplay. Oh, that's a little better. Look at that. I will say, we got to pop this again, because even with the clip on it, I think we can run a shim under the clip, because I'm watching that thing load and unload. You know, we're going to half-ass it, but we're not going to, you know. Oh, wait, I got one right here. I had one right here. I'm doing this. Got my fingies. What are the chances? Oh, man, we're going to make this move. It's going to move. I am currently running through my head, trying to figure out where we're going to put the speed control and the battery. I have no idea. There were no sliders included nor implied. I can maybe... Oh, yeah. Might just have to fabricate a little something. Let's cover up that lovely little pool of grease. Mo Trevor with the $20. We're going to spend it on toy cars. That's how we do. Load it up. Slap that down. Come on, don't fight me. Don't fight me. Behave. I'm going to have to undo the screw. I got it so perfect, we can remove it, but we can't reinstall it. It goes right there. A finished Landman, if anyone wasn't curious. And I watched all of Scavenger's Reign in 2 days. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Hey, did Jerry get one? Hey! Chuck sniped him. Jerry the raccoon. Man, hitting the raccoon, that's tough. That's a moving target. Oh, yeah. Now all we have is this. Because there's no chassis braces, but the drive shaft is now solid. Now the front one is the... That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh my goodness. And for added fun, the front has the servo bracket on it. So everything is going to go directly straight to Hades. Did you watch Pantheon? I'm on like episode 5. I don't know why, but when I walked into it, I didn't anticipate like full hour-long episodes. And I'll tell you the same thing I told my wife when I was trying to explain to her what Pantheon is about. That show is a slow burner. That show is a slow burner. A link to this servo bracket. I know Injora makes one exactly like this. So you may have seen this one, just like this. Actually, this one might have worked better on this. I think this one is specifically for AR-44. Have you done any 6x6 builds in previous videos? Yes, I have. Pantheon lost me in episode 4, and then I just ran it in the background. Oh my God. So, in this alternate reality, alternate future, whatever it might be, the hot ticket is not AI, it's not artificial intelligence, it's UI. It's uploaded intelligence. So these two rival companies are competing to see who can upload a human consciousness basically into the computer, right? SpongeBob theory, we put the brain in the robot, right? And they're being real not cool about it. Like, they're doing like the Indian ones are getting like homeless people and stuff and uploading them. And there's some interesting moral stuff there. Maybe more so even than the discussions of artificial intelligence, because this thing has already achieved sentience because it's a person. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm still watching. So it's based on a true story? Sounds like a less fun version of Upload. Yeah. Oh, that bearing is T-rashed. I think the front one was worse than the back one. And then the outer bearing. But you know what we got to give them credit for? Bearings. That inner bearing is a 5x14. I made a bet with someone at work about how many commercials would mention AI during the Super Bowl. I took the over at 60%. I believe it. All of the grease is on the nose of the pinion bearing. That's where all of it is. This one has like 3 different kinds of grease in it. We're going to throw the same shim. And I realize now that's why that rear felt a little tighter on reassembly than disassembly, and it's because I shimmed the pinion out. So it actually got a 0.5 millimeter longer. I had set the damn pinion, I'd set the drive shaft depth. I flew too close to the sun. Pliers, 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 pliers. Just get a different pair. Never mind, it's all. I want Fallout 1 and 2 in a modern engine. They're supposed to be remastering some of the Fallouts. I don't know if they're going to go all the way back to 1. Yeah, so I wish I could tell you who makes this specifically, but based on all of the other components, you have to assume that this is an Ally Express special. Fits together reasonably well. I think everything on this is an Ally Express special. It will find a kind, warm, and loving home. And honestly, that's all that matters. The wheelbase looks appropriately long to me. If it's 313, it looks longer than that. Can't tell you what it is exactly, as I've not measured it yet. But I wasn't test fitting drive shafts because honestly, I didn't expect these drive shafts to fit. The fact that they do is mind-boggling to me. Okay, we need a pin. Don't look for the pen. Just get... Found it. Found it. Never played Fallout, but got Oblivion Remastered and stream. Fallout is just Oblivion with guns. It somehow feels better. It somehow feels better. That's just a no-lock flanged trash can, a dented washer, trash can. Now that M4 nylock is in perfectly reasonable shape. We'll hold on to that one. How about this one? That's also okay. Keep hold of that one. And then this is a non-serrate plated M4 flange, but the chances of finding 3 that are remotely close is near 0. So I'll just grab 4 new ones. I plan to try Oblivion Remastered, but I don't have high hopes. Never played the original, can never get into Skyrim. I just don't like Bethesda style. Yeah, I honestly, whenever anybody says it, I get it. I 100% get it. I'm looking forward to Fallout 5 almost as much as I was looking forward to Borderlands 4. And that's why whenever I see anybody on the internet that's like, yeah, Borderlands 4 was a failure, and Borderlands 4 this, I have 521 hours in that game. And you guys have all kind of got an idea. You've seen how often I'm here, right? How often this stuff happens. I have 521 hours in Fallout without getting in trouble, without not doing any of the stuff I ordinarily do. I don't miss videos. I do have a backlog of work that needs to get done, like non-whiteboard stuff. Sheila, Bruce. Bruce is, are these the hundreds? No. Bruce's hundreds are ready. What else have we got? We've got, maybe we'll do this next week. You knew he was going to do it again. You knew I was going to do it again. So there's Sheila's $250 gearbox, which is something I both simultaneously don't recommend and also recommend 100%. Have you killed the Bloom Reaper? I'm struggling solo. Yes, but I've been cheating for months. Vladoff bullet hose. You do a proc, flamethrower fire, flamethrower shoot, flamethrower shoot, flamethrower shoot, flamethrower shoot, and it keeps adding additional projectiles. So if you're using wombo combo, stopgap, if you're using any of those Vladoff guns, you're basically shooting like 60 rounds at a time. So I killed Bloom Reaper on the second try. The first time he did like a ground slam and knocked me off and I fell to my death. I don't think he's actually ever killed me. But if you're doing Vladoff proc, you can just kill him. Are the gearboxes still in production? Apparently it looks like a brand new bag, baby. I did have to order it directly from GCM in Canada. So it cost a little bit more than when I had the convenience of getting the one from someone domestically. That's a lot of stub. That's a lot of stub. Is that bottomed? No, it's all right. You know what it is? It's A-okay. Yeah, that looks pretty long. Yeah, or does it? Does it? I can't tell if it looks long or not. Yeah, I'm behind. Amazing, because I was waiting for the wife. I'm behind on Fallout. Yeah, we've got ourselves a track right here. We've got ourselves a track, and it's certainly only the finest. There's totally no slack nor slop in these axles. These are the finest. But here's the deal. Try to put yourself in the shoes. Try to grab another pair of shoes. Grab the other guy's shoes, put them on. And you've grabbed shoes from someone who either doesn't own a rock crawler or has never driven a rock crawler. And even though this one is not made out of the finest, still, nevertheless, we'll consider this to be a gateway drug. Oh, the end of this stub is blown. I've loved every episode of Fallout so far. And you know what we do? Pro tip trick number 1. That screw. Boom. That nut gone. We start brand new because that one might have learned a bad habit. Amazing how easy that runs right down. You know what? Would you like to know a little bit of something? I made the mistake of watching Landman with the wife, and now I'm constantly waiting on her to watch it because she'd rather watch Summer House. I know. Oh my God. Dimensionally, is the 99 mod AM32 ESC the same as a Rhino? No, it's bigger. The 99 mod was big. The 99 mod one's really big. Hey, you know what? That's not bad either. Could these shocks afford to be 5 millimeters shorter? Absolutely. I would like this to sit right about there, which I think I won't even mess with springs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Call Reddit. Get Reddit on the blower. Are we long travel? I don't know. Are we? Feel like we're lanking it out a little bit. 150 ruler under the tire. Front. Not with deflection. We can get a 150 under the tire in the front. Yeah, I don't remember where the shocks came from either. I'm still getting over the high of hitting Jerry on a gift membership. This is a TOFF. Trucks of Flexin' Friday, bro. So far, the only thing that wasn't in that bin was the shocks. Wait, there's less. I could not, in clear conscience. I didn't even want to rebuild these. So, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, we'll put the crappy radio in there, but I draw the line. And because it is so convenient, I'm looking. Is everybody looking with me? Trying to figure out where we're going to put both a battery, a speed control, and a receiver. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, I have an idea for the body. I have two ideas. Okay. Here. This will make sense in a minute. So don't vote yet. Okay, we're starting the poll, but don't vote yet because you don't know what it means. I mean, okay. Right? All right. It would actually sit probably right about like that. Okay. You got it, your eyes filled? Have you filled your eyes? Okay, 50% of people have voted for silver, not having seen not silver. Come on. You know what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm watching not silver. Oh, it's dicing it up. Not silver's got a pretty good lead. My Capra axle Endura FMM chassis 20% underdrive likes to push in turns. Huh. I mean, with 20%, it shouldn't. What do I suggest for Capra axled, so you have no control over caster, and you basically have to position your axle such that you're keeping your drive shaft out of the way. Is any of it slurve? Is any of it you're like this guy and you're full lock and you're going to turn and the tire's doing this? Is any of it the tire slurving over? I mean, because it got replaced. So I would basically put it so that it would actually have to be about right like that. I would make body mounts to mount it just like that. Or, I mean, as much as I think that this is hilarious, yes, the tire rolls over and it's chassis mounted steering. Okay, so the tire rolling over, that's probably what most of the push is, honestly. Because in terms of, regardless of link position, does it, are you getting the mush? Like when you go into the corner, are you getting this action? Or is it rolling into the corner? Because that will overload that outside front and cause it to push. And link separation can affect that a bit. The plague is the perfect amount of hideousness. Yeah, the tire rolling over is... Oh, it's not even... I didn't even tighten it down. That's why this is doing this. Because I am a buffoon. Genuine buffoon. Yeah, Capra axles also, because you're so wide out, and if you're running any amount of offset on the wheel, like you're not running a flat face wheel, it's just, you've got that scrub radius going on. What? So much better. Oh, yeah. So this was sent in just before Christmas. And I put it over here on the bench, and I was like, during a live stream, I'm going to have to open that. And then the wife, oh, with a flat face? Oh, then that shouldn't be too bad. I'm guessing that your front insert is something that intends to maximize forward drive. This is something I feel like edoctor.com. Did you paint that body with bingo dabbers? What I did is I went into my Cricut and I made a bunch of Oramask and a couple different colors in dots. And then I stuck on the masks, and then as each color went on, I would remove more dots. And the goal was to get the base color of the body as close to flesh tone as possible. And I think I did pretty good. It is terrible. It's horrible. But I'm here for it. It is a Fusion SE 1200. And was it Brian Clark? I think it could have been Mr. Clark that sent that in. So now we've got it. So this, because I didn't know that it existed, this will be going in one of the giveaway builds for sure. So somebody's getting a Fusion now because I didn't know. I've bought 2 Fusions, 2 Fusion 1200s in the time this has been sitting on the bench. So, you know, if left to my own devices, this is what's going to happen. I haven't finished. I'm still eating. Don't worry about me none. I'm thinking maybe the easiest way. Where am I going to put that? Where am I going to put the electronics? TI Fury Nurgle? You know, it's not as far off as you would think. Like, it's too rounded, and it's definitely skinnier, but I mean, surprisingly close. Yes, the two 1200s, yes. One is still sitting with the rest of your stuff. I need to mount I just unmounted the trail blades off of the wheels so that I could mount another set of tires to test. So if this goes right here, right like this, we cannot put anything on top of the servo because it'll be too close. That would honestly sit right just about like that. And I doubt it will interfere with the body in any way. So we're going to go just like this, right about like that. Yeah. And pushing it back further kind of makes the dimensions look, it's kind of split 50-50. I think it'll be absolutely fine. There's a spider egg on the back wheel. It's been down there for a while. Yeah, better fit than the Mojave. It really does bring out the sickness. Everything on servo and axle? I wish, but like this is basically on the rails, and there's the servo right there at full droop. At full squish, it's going to be hitting the inside of the hood. I don't have enough room because it's so skid forward. I don't have any room behind it to do anything. Are the links remotely close in length? Yes. Is the front end over a little bit to one side? A tiny little bit. Because I need to go to a longer... I need to go to a longer spacer. This spacer's not long enough at the top. So the shocks are leaning in too much, and they're touching, and the links are trying to pull the springs off their cups. So this should be reasonably easy to facilitate. I will just make I'll make 2 tabs in a bracket, and I'll mount the tabs right here to the rails, and then the bracket will go across, and this will just clip over it. And then I'll just have 2, they're actually right here. I'll just have 2 body posts in the front with the correct length post. It'll be like building to sort of like building to a body, but easier. And the further back it goes, the kind of more normal it looks. Like right about there. It's still weird looking, but it's not as weird looking. All right, and Bronco. So that's not bad. 70 and 85 is where you're at. 70 and 85. He's inquiring quietly, tacitly, about the condition of his batteries. I want to build an element builder's kit with a creep body. Is there anything that I should be on the lookout for? Any shortcomings in the kit? No. Yes. Builder's kit 3? If by builder's kit you mean builder's kit 3, you are going to need, God, I wish I could give you part numbers. You're going to need the pack of gears for the front that replace the spur gear and the hat gear. Oh, build a tray into the rear body mounts. I was honestly thinking about just going off of one or more, build a little L-shaped bracket and go off the screws on the back of the gearbox and just put this right here, right on the back of the gearbox. That's a possibility. Two. And 1. We still don't know. What's the story behind you acquiring Nurgle? The blind guy. The blind guy bought it because he saw it and he was like, oh my God, it's so ugly. And then he ordered one from A-Man. Okay, yeah, Builder's Kit 3. The only real hitches for you are going to be the fact that the gearbox, at least in the last Builder's Kit I put together, it's all plastic gears in the front of the gearbox, and they don't last. It's about $20. You need, come on. You'd think I wasn't on the internet right now actively. ASC 42316. Let me see if I can, I'll see if I can get a link for it. ASC 42316. Okay, does A-Main have them? A-Main does not. It is back ordered. You can try Associated directly. It is because those gears, when these gears, bip and bap, these gears, the 2 on the left are plastic in the in the kit. And the two on the right, it does not matter that they are plastic. But the two on the left cannot be plastic because they mesh with each other. And if they were made, if they were machined out of Delrin or something, they would work, but they're not. And you will shatter them both fast. Maybe the first time you drive it. Because Blue Sky High was the guy that got the first XF kit, and now the BK3 has the same gearbox as the kit. He broke every part of that thing, one at a time. $320. So we're not a full 313. We're not a full 330. We're 320. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the width. Something about it. He makes it. It looks really long. Right? It looks really long. We'll see how close we got to square when we built it. 320. Okay. And tracking out at 265. Also, worthy of note, it is stock foams in the rear and Injora silicones in the front because we can add a little weight. What are we naming this guy? I don't know. We're gonna see. He's made out of junk. He's made out of junk. We need spacers of at or around 70 millimeters. Let me guess, they're going to be like 67. 60, I hate these. I can't do it. I can't do it. I absolutely refuse. I won't do it. I have a drawer full of those god-awful carbon fiber chassis spacers, and I refuse to do that to people. Gotta get at least 2 on here to try to hold this thing together. It's gonna need at least, well, I mean, kinda, but not really. Doesn't. That's pretty good. Squared it up. Squared it up. Now, is that the same length? Oh, man. The universe. Universe, why are you going so easy on us all of a sudden? If he's made out of junk, his name should be Chuck. Mr. Hurley speaking for all Chucks there, I have to assume. Wow. That really did stiffen things up. Okay, now you haven't seen the video yet because it's not up yet, but so you haven't gotten to witness the absolute carnage. I had a day of carnage while recording where I was 100%. Oh, dang. Jeep is pretty good. Just everyone else's parts. That's pretty good. I had an absolute... Oh! You know what? For terrible ergonomics and a hideous wheel and everything... I gotta give it to him. That's pretty good. Also very light. Excellent for the chillins. Can you recall the part numbers for the X-rings and the 10mm Trexas pistons? TRA2362 is the seals and bladders for big bores and chavs, and the pistons are TRA2669. Why do I know? Here's where the TRA 2362s live. I only have a couple. We keep a couple on hand. And then TRA 2669 just, I don't know, it files itself away. That's wild. Okay. The trigger tension on all of this is terrible. It's absolutely it's unbearable. I wish nothing but the best to whomever gets the responsibility of making this operate, because good Lord, in the morning and the afternoon, pulling that trigger, that's crazy. It's got a little slacky take up, but I'm not joshing with you. It's like 20% of the trigger pull just to get it to go. Yet you can tell this thing's got some low speed. Does this got endpoints on it? No. It's got steering dual rate, so we can try to like turn it down enough, I guess. But this servo is going to throw way too far. Maybe if we go to the upper hole. Let's see. That's like a full 180, boy. Needs to be reversed. Hey! Hey! Okay. We might need... What's the shortest servo horn I've got? We need to... There we go. Do I have shorter than this? It's not a clamper, though, but it's a muse. It's a muse, and it's real short. That is honestly... Oh? Oh? Huh? I don't have children, but is this next week's giveaway rig? Yeah, we can do next week. Valentine's Day surprise. Somebody can win it for their wife or girlfriend, and then give them a body, and then give them a vehicle. Here you go, babe. I got you this disease. Look at this. Why is it going so easy on me all of a sudden? Like links are lining up. Save the short servo horns for the 41. I usually just cut them. Let's hope that this is actually an overcorrection and it's too short. I can't see. I can't see. I do believe. No, it could just be slop. No, it's a little too short. Do we have trim? I'll take it. I'll take it. See, this is how I build. This is how I build a catastrophe. Oh, no, we got to do. We'll do steering, and then we'll do moving. See? Oh my God. Recipe for disaster. Here's the problem. To get to full throw, we need to be in the lower hole. But if we get to full throw, it's going to overthrow on one side, and whoever runs this is going to blow that hex fly up so fast. Now we're trimmed too far. I guess it's not too bad. It could always, just trust me on this, it could always be worse. Well, it's not. It's got some low speed control. Should the steering arm always come across the center, or doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. As long as it's not hitting, because we could have gone short. We could have gone to this side. I went with the links that were in the bag. Ordinarily, I go shorter. Like I would go to the short side. This is what I would call to the long side. But it ultimately it doesn't matter. You can hear it hit, bow, bow. And it doesn't hit this way because you can see the horn is basically pushing straight out. So if I was going to do it again, I would mount it with the horn keyed off this way and then lengthen that drag link out. Where did that come from? This thing just ejected a pin. A pin just flew. A pin just physically flew out of something. Drive shaft? Was there a pin hiding inside of that? Well, the noise is mostly going to be this. That universal is at like full. See if we. It'll be quieter now. That's not terrible, honestly. It's the gearbox mostly. The gearbox does not fit. Like, I can feel the vibration. It doesn't look like either of the axles slung a pin. Okay, it's not a wheel pin. The rear feels at the same time bound up. Oh, I wanted to mention this earlier. What is going on with the balance? Does Genzace have some sort of proprietary charger stuff? I don't know. I don't spend that much money on batteries. The rear end feels like it's binding. Like when we tighten the wheels down, it feels like it's pushing the hexes. I might need to put a spacer. Hey, might need to put a spacer behind the hex, because like this, that's not good. This like doesn't even rotate. So that's going to contribute to that noise as well. Yeah, it moves a lot easier. What is double? I thought it was a pin. Okay, that's not the same pin. Nope. I think that motor used its magnets and it just had a pin in it. So that's got a big. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's real bad. Yeah, it's real wobbly goblin out at the outsides too. Suspension feels all right. I don't know what to do about the, like, is it that the bore of it is too, no? I don't understand. All it can be is this. The pocket for the drive pin is too deep. So when I tighten the wheels down with the old Ugga Duggas, it crushed them against the bearings. As soon as I get to there, it's over tight. Even like I can feel some sort of binding there. And that's nowhere near. Okay. Then what we do is we try to isolate variables, I suppose. Let's see us having much of the choice. Yeah, it's my own fault. I questioned the wisdom and the benevolence of the universe, and the universe was like, all right then. Needs more narrow hex. Yeah, I'm gonna try a different I'm gonna put a different wheel on it altogether. There's gotta be something up here on the rack. It's got a tire in it. It's got a tire and a wheel. How about you? No, you? How about you? Yes. Like, see? We're good. It's fine. Yeah, okay, it's the wheels. It's the wheels. There's something to the wheel. Maybe it's rubbing on the portal box. It's just like element plastics. Again, they were in the thing. I don't have a problem either purchasing wheels for it or grabbing some wheels out of the drawers and throwing wheels on it. See if this brings down the oh yeah. No, that's a lot better. I went it didn't go through my foot. Bounced off. Bounced off. Okay, so the plastics don't cooperate. Not with these hexes nor housings. The hub on the wheel is too deep, causing it to rub the housing. I don't think it's too deep. As a matter of fact, the hexes are further inset on those than they are on these. I think it's rubbing right here. Because they don't even cover the portal box. It's just that we can't fault them. These are elements, right? Like what would come on an Ecto or a Zool. Straight axles. As soon as you invite portals to the party, sometimes this is what you get. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you on any level. I wish I could relate to you adequately this trigger pull. No. The trigger feel is literally. You've got to. Like the spring, the trigger return spring is diabolical. So, I don't know. What have we got? What have we got? No. No. And if they clear. Oh, yeah. I mean, right? It looks like it's already dead. It looks like it got squashed in the road. The guy in your yard wants you to do gate 5 with his rig. Did I miss that? Wait, how do you know that? I mean, I can try. No guarantees. I think it's going to be these, because they're already here. They're already here. They have no other purpose. They look hideous. They're missing most of their back screws, so I'll have to dig. Oh! And they're on pancakes. So these won't even change the width appreciably. All right, so I got, honestly, let's be real simple and plain about it. I feel like I got farther than I thought I was going to. Yeah, I need longer spacers, front and rear. These look like 4s or 5s. I probably need 7s. Those are 5s. Probably need at least a 7, maybe an 8mm spacer. Will we ever do an On Rock Live? If I had Wi-Fi out there. Take the live outside, run his rig, and live test this one. Be a man. Well, we can't. This is all like attached to a computer that's operating on the electricity of inside the building. So I can't just transition to out of doors. Use the hotspot off your watch for Wi-Fi. Yeah, I think we need more along the lines of the Wi-Fi 7 to be able to get out there. Yeah, plus, I can't live test this one because it's far more done than I thought I would get to, but I don't even have a place to put the electronics. We didn't tear any of the electronics out by driving over them, though, so we'll consider that a victory. But wait, there's more. Stock inserts, 105s, so should be reasonably representative of where it will be when it's done. Add a gram or two. I would say, honestly, probably add like 80 grams over what it is now. 2091. So basically 2100 with alloy wheels and full tires. It'll be about the same with the others, with everything finished and some bracketry made to mount. We could call it 2200. So it'll be a little shy of 2200, which is it'll be 4 3/4 pounds, just under 5 pounds. Another one where we made no effort to... Yeah, that's why I'm giving myself 100 grams. I think I'm going to do what was basically suggested. that where I come, this would actually go a little bit further back. It'll be right like that. Here's what we need. So I will make a little tray. So I'll do 2 risers and then a tray, and then in one spot I will just have a hole to attach it to the back of the gearbox, and that's what'll hold everything from flopping around. And then that will have the battery and the electronics, so they'll be right here, right across here. You can't really get them lower, so they'll be right across here. I got to trim these pins down that are way too long so they're not mashing in everything. So it'll come straight up. There'll be the stuff, and then they'll have a flat part on the back with the 2 body posts to mount this to. And then that will sit just right about like that. So everything will be right inside the window on the back. Battery under the skid. Yeah, you do get it lower. Yeah, you do get it lower. Battery on body. Battery on body is a good one. Yeah. We don't want to get it too far to the back though. And I think it's probably gonna. I'm gonna shoot for it sitting right about like that, because then it's mounted low. I don't have to worry about the links going up above it. I don't think. Maybe a little. Might end up trimming a little bit off of the bottom of it at the back. It's already carved up. And we shouldn't have any issue. No, it'll be great. It'll be great. It's gonna look just dumb enough. Right? But picture it with, oh yeah, with the rainbow. Yeah, it'll be great. Its name is Chuck because it's made of junk. I'm worried about Charles. I'm worried about Mr. Hurley's sense of self. I'm worried about he's got to embrace a more 21st century sort of narcissism based, where the youths are overly confident in all of their everything, like toxic body positivity, and they don't think that they don't know things that we all know that they don't know, like the pridefully ignorant. You got to embrace. He does not eat well. We've heard about the things that he eats. He needs to embrace more of the behaviors of the pridefully ignorant and just be like, all these people wish they was as good as me. Right? There's a super chat question up the screen. What did I miss? Okay, we can. Wow, the poll has basically drawn even. Crap. For the Amazon Tulo Trans, how do you remove the spur gear mount? Mine is mounted between the mount on the shaft and the motor plate portion. Oh, so they assembled it from the inside? That's crazy. It should be that you just, who's nearby? I know where one is. No, I don't. Okay, so typically, and obviously it's going to vary from Tulo to Tulo. Typically, when you remove this nut, it should just slide off. So if they mounted it such that the pin is at the back, you're going to have to remove the 3 bolts, remove the spur gear. Then you're going to have to take the gearbox apart to get the spur gear so that you can pull the spur gear shaft out by removing the gears on the inside. I don't know how, it should just be This nut, the whole thing slides off. But, results obviously may vary. Like, quality is all over the place when it comes to Amazon clone boxes. So am I to assume correctly that our fisherman only just showed up recently and has no idea what this thing is? Look at this guy. What is this even? Yeah, I will finish him up during the week, and then we will. Oh, so much better. And then, we picked up about 5 millimeters. He went from 265 to 270. It's not ridiculous. It's pretty square. This thing should definitely have some side hill stability. Big. It's a toenail, basically, is what this thing looks like to me. Big bracket to do body mount and electronics tray. And then we'll get it going off to its home forever. Oh my God. My body is taken to wake me up at 4:30 in the morning. Gonna do another contest like last time? Probably. I broke my glass dome. That's a bummer. So I'll have to figure out something else to fill with stuff and something else to fill it with. And then we'll do a thing again. Yeah. So next Friday we'll give this away. Put a bunch of those heart-shaped candies in a jar. Hey, that's a thing. And I mean, it sounded terrible. It sounded terrible. And it sounds a lot better now. Who knew? And they mounted really well on the plastic wheels. So giving away next week as well a set of these SE plastic feedlocks if anybody needs them. Next week we'll do the Tovo C1s as well. I have another couple sets of tires that are probably going to go on the giveaway block or the winning block. We'll either do them as giveaways or consolation prizes to whoever doesn't win. Are those plastic wheels one? No, they're 1.9s. They're 1.9s. So, as per usual, we take this opportunity to thank you so much for joining us all here at the Canadian today. We had a great time, did we not? Look at it moved. Oh wait, the radio's still on. It moved, and I'm not kidding. The spring tension is full-blown diabolical. Yeah, unfortunately, the plastic beadlocks will not fit on these Capra axles. I was ready to grip it and ship it. It's still, even on alloys, it's going to be under 5 pounds. So 5 pounds on Capras, I would consider pretty light. Pretty light enough. I'm going to clean up all the rest of this later. I have to go to a brewery. Oh, and next week as well, don't let me forget, if anybody is interested in the old school RPM pinion cases, we'll give a couple of those away. Because I have, this is just 48 pitch. So I wish I could use those. 320 on the wheelbase. 320. For the course, the man from Tennessee in what is probably very nearly the final minute. Am I delayed? How does that already have 7 thumbs up? I just saw it right now. $100. $100. Keeping the lights on, keeping the channel alive, keeping the giveaways going. I have a little thing that I'm going to be doing in the background. I'm not saying this for anyone to feel obligated to do anything, but I will say this in these closing moments. If you have parts that you don't plan on using, things that you intend to give away, I was doing a little bit of cleaning, and I want to build a rig or 2 or 3 or maybe a couple. I'm probably an Element and a Vanquish with whatever axles I'll decide on. This is going to be I'm going to do an Operation 11 Charlie build. So it was remember when I did the VS410 and then we ended up going a completely different direction? I remembered we had Eddie's old body, which still has not been painted. And, it needs axles. It needs axles and a gearbox and some cheap electronics, and we're ready to go. I have almost a full element. All the parts that I didn't use on the Cattleman, the rails, the chassis mount, all of that stuff. I have all of that. What didn't go into the Pickle and is still in the box because the Pickle was built half Builder's Kit 3.5 Cattleman. So I've got most of that. I have like a Chevy. I have 2 Chevy truck bodies. This is the Biddy Designs Rock 1, or as most people would say, some kind of Ford. Show us some spoilers, whiteboard unboxing, what's upcoming. It's quick views aplenty. The entire next week is nothing but quick views except for Wheelin' Wednesday, which is still Wheelin' Wednesday. I have all of the upgrade tires to go through, Shield, Gecko, and Rock Claw. I've got KLRM Class 1s. I've got the DS Servo. I've got a couple sets of 2.2s here. I have 2, if not 3, installments of Turistas that I'm working on. I have the next episode of the Cheeto coming up because the Cheeto has gotten even more work done to it. And et cetera, et cetera. And that doesn't count TI Fury 41 Odd 11. I need to get started on the FC1, the Class 1 rig that's here in a box. I've got a Hilux that needs working on. It's, you know what? Sometimes it's best not to stop and think about how much stuff that actually needs to be done, because Bruce needs shocks. Sheila needs her gearbox put in. We might do that next week because then I'll have free time to do it. It's, ladies and gentlemen, it is a lot. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, 2.2 silicone inserts. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me here today. I have enough time to get redressed, head off and get my coffee drink, which is where I will maintain my sanity. And then an hour, we have to be at the brewery by 5. So, have you done a direct power versus because power servo test? Sort of. I informally did Flash Hobby 60 kg direct power versus Flash Hobby 60 kg receiver power. You know what the difference is? Imperceptible. If somebody handed you the rig and you drove it, you wouldn't be able to tell which one was which. Well and truly. But you need a good BEC to use with one, and you don't need a good BEC to use with the other. So, low pro service. Yes, the 55. The 55 is there. Yeah. Okay, but my RC day is done. The lights will be off very soon. I'm off to do my things. And then I will be at the RC swap meet in Pomona at Brackett Airfield tomorrow morning. And I'll see if I can kill some time and spend some money there. And then I will be back to, making the donuts. As I say, back to making the donuts. This guy should be done and I have videos filmed all the way through next Saturday because I know I'm busy this Saturday. Now I have to film this, which will be up on Thursday. That's what I like to do. And then I have to bump Thursday's video to like Monday or Tuesday of the following week. So like the 18th. And get this. You don't like crowds? It shouldn't be that big, honestly. I'm kind of hoping it's not that big because King of Hammers is going on and it's the day before the Super Bowl. So if it's crowded, I'll do a lap and I'll see if there's anything I like. And if not, I'll just stop at Pegasus on the way home. And then I'll just have a nice laid back Saturday with no filming, because I filmed Last week, I filmed Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Didn't film Friday. So 3 videos a day, 5 days. Run video for members only tomorrow. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, because otherwise, it's going to be up in like 2 weeks. I can do that. You know what? I can probably do that. Once the schedule, we're only about a month into the year. Once the schedule is much better, where I have that 7-day buffer, where I'm not filming Sunday's episode on Saturday, where I'm not doing that, I can start doing early members views. Here's if you ever wonder, here's my final note on the day. I promise this is the most Midwest goodbye ever. On my final note of the day, if you ever wonder why channels don't do like members first and then turn them to public later, I can tell you why. It blows your analytics. It's like somebody taking a shotgun to your analytics, because the analytic machine now doesn't know when more people are on. It doesn't know what to do about engagement or about how well the impressions were. It doesn't understand what's happening. The YouTube algorithm cannot comprehend members first, public later. It just makes all of your numbers look real. All of your numbers fall, because it's like, oh, well, a couple hundred people watched it here, and then nobody watched it for some reason. So when it goes public, we're just not going to promote it to anyone. So the sword is triple-edged, and it's cutting in every direction as they're swinging it around. So with that, it's with that. I said it would be the last thing. This is the last thing. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. I'm going to get a coffee drink, and that's going to make me forget that I have to go to a brewery.